Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mark and Will Show. Yours truly, Will I Am, in the building with Will. Mr. Stats, what's going on with you, sir?
Same old same, man. How you been, brother?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. Busy, but you know how that goes. Want to get everybody together, you know what I'm saying, as far as for this football. But, hey, if you get a chance to go to these high school games, go ahead. We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow on No Cap Show, so make sure you watch that at 9 o'clock. We had fun at Battle of the West, Central at Shawnee, so we'll talk a little bit more in detail about that. Also, earlier today, submission session. I hope you guys tune in there. If not, after you watch this, you can go ahead and just look at it. It's on all the platforms that we have, big time, so you know what we do. We do it, and we do it well. Also, you can see where to find us at pretty much. Tomorrow, got a new poll that's going to be released. It's going to be an MVP poll for the high schoolers. So get ready for that one. That's the one that, you know, we got a couple of sponsors for that wanted a poll. So we got them a poll. It's the MVP of the high school for that week. So be looking for that to go with the offensive and the defensive players of the week and the team of the week. Yeah, so let's kind of dive into it, man. There's a lot. We got some games that's coming on tonight. Let me see. You know how that goes. Let's start off. We're gonna start off with Thursday, man. We had, you know, let's get that cracking real quick. If I can go ahead and find it. So many, like I said, there's so many things on here. Let's go. Thursday night, you had Mr. Stats Packers 27, Commanders 18. Took care of business, and this score really doesn't. It's not even addicted of the game. Like for real, this game wasn't even this close. If you watch the game, it really wasn't this close. It was, they build it up and all this kind of stuff. Mr. Love is different. He's healthy. He has full reign of the offense. He's looking like he did 2 years ago, not last year, 2 years ago. rocked and rolled with it. Jacobs is a monster. And that system, LaFleur's system is different. So really, he got some receivers, maybe not household name receiver. He lost Reed, broke his collarbone. I know you might say something, but he broke his collarbone. That kind of hurts big time. But that offense is just he can put people in there. We've seen this before. That's what they do. But they're a dangerous team. That defense was already good without Parson. You just got to hope that Parson does not re-aggravate or really injure his back as he's got something going on with it. That's why you see him on the sideline stretching or riding a bike. As long as they keep him healthy, put him in situation. Use him like the Bills did Von Miller, only on passing downs, really, because you got enough defense to do that. Only thing that's problem with Packers defense is the D tackles. You know what I'm saying? If you can short it up, make sure that's good, then only use him, like I said, situation. But Mr. Stats, what you got on the game, my brother?
Okay. Watch the Commanders. We have Jaden Daniels is 24-42, 200 yards, 2 total TDs, sacked 4 times in the game. In this game, it really wasn't no rushing for Washington. It was a total of 19 on the team carries. Nobody higher than 17 yards. Matter of fact, he had 3 rushes with 17 yards on the day.
Wow.
Zach Ertz, we had 6 receptions, 64 yards, and a touchdown. We have Debo, which continues his run. 7 receptions, 44 yards, another touchdown. What we got for the Packers? Mr. Love, 19 of 31, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns, sacked twice. Josh Jacobs, 23 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Monster. Tucker Kraft is beasting. 6 receptions, 124 yards, a touchdown in this game. We have Romeo Doubs with 3 receptions and 28 yards and a touchdown. Let's see if we got any. No interceptions, no real big defensive plays, but my Packers continue to roll on. I'm excited. I'm happy for them. For a while there, I was a little worried about them. After Aaron left,
Right.
Just Love the right replacement. He played well last season, and so far into this season, he's just continuing. So I'm excited about that. If they can continue doing this, I think they'll be, in good hands going forward.
Well, what makes them scary to me is that they're able to beat you several different ways. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Jacobs is a monster. I love how they use him now. You know what I'm saying? Catching the ball out of the backfield, also rushing, of course. It's just different. It just feels different. It looks different. And like I said, that defense, they lost Zaire Alexander, but they already had a tough backfield and brought some more people in. And it's just as long as everybody stay healthy. That's always the key word. Stay healthy.
Well, that and the loss of Reed, that really hurts.
That hurts.
That
Hurts.
We talked about that earlier in the season. I thought he was the most consistent of the receivers on the last season. I figured he would just pick up where he left off, but that was an unfortunate situation.
This is a system that you can get away with that. You can get away with it. And if you really got Super Bowl aspiration, go get somebody. In the middle of the season, somebody's going to be sucky. Go get them. I mean, it always happens that way. But good win. And I'm going to say this on the Commanders. Go ahead.
Well, Green Bay, we're not big on going after, the big name.
Y'all went after the biggest name.
Free agents.
I don't want to hear that.
You did this year. So, typically, you do it in the draft.
Y'all got new. I mean, I know the whole Wisconsin owns them, but y'all got 2 new people in the front office that's leading that stuff. So a little bit different mindset. You know what I'm saying? But I would say this on the Commanders: you ain't gonna beat nobody if you running 17 yards. I'm sorry, I don't know what the heck was that. You replaced the Mr. Robinson, who I didn't think he was all that either. But then you brought in Krosky Merritt, and yeah, you got to pick it up. Eckler's gone for the season. He tore his Achilles in that game.
Yeah.
That hurts. So you probably gonna wish you might trade back or whatever. Get San Fran more than what they want. Give us some more, and bring him back because that's not good. All right, the wildest game of the day, bar none. Cowboys 40, Giants 37, and overtime. My gosh, this is when you say whoever's the last one with the ball. But the problem was this went in overtime, and neither one of them was doing anything in overtime. The first, each team had it at least twice. Dallas ended up with 3 times and kicked it. But my gosh, this right here. First of all, as a Cowboys fan, I'm happy. Don't lose the Giants. I don't want to see my nephew. Had to text him, let him know that we still own y'all. But I'm gonna say this. First of all, that pass defense. They said, "Oh man, it held up against Philly." All right, yeah, okay. Philly is a well balanced machine, so they can do whatever they want to. Giants has to be explosive down the field, and why now Robinson and Neighbors and hats off to Russell Wilson, big time. Hats off to him, and I know that Mr. Stats and myself have been wondering why all these teams constantly getting rid of him, all this kind of stuff. Because if you can protect him, he can pass that thing. Dude had a remarkable game. That offense looked good. Both of these two teams' defense sucked. The only difference is that Giants had more of a pass rush. So if Mr. Jones, who's extending all these people, if you're really serious, now you got to go get a DN. A DN, a pass rusher, because you absolutely have none. Because if you had some, this game would have been way more better for you. But it is what it is. Hats off to Russell. Hats off to Dak. Dak went ahead and did Lamb and Pickens and all those. And Arby's the best kicker in the league. Dude's knocking down 64-yard field goals to put it in overtime. Ridiculous. What you got, Mr. Stats?
Speaking of Russ, man, I don't think it's so much his abilities on the field as it is maybe his attitude or his demeanor or something. It's got to be a personal thing that they're dealing with him. I don't think it's necessarily his talent. Russ Wilson, 30 of 41, 450 yards,
Lord,
3 touchdowns, 1 INT, 3 sacks for 28 yards. Rushing, we have Cam Scatterboo, 11 for 45 and a touchdown. A couple others, Tyrone Tracy only ran it 5 times for 15 yards. What is this? A total of 84 yards on the day for rushing for the squad. Malik Neighbors, 9 receptions, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dale, 142 receiving yards and a touchdown.
8.
So these guys are definitely catching the ball. Yeah, nobody else more than 4 receptions on the team. Dak Prescott, 38 of 52, 361 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT,
Wow.
3 sacks on the day. Rushing, Javonte, 18 carries for 97 yards and a touchdown.
Huge.
Miles Sanders probably had the first touchdown of his career.
Since a long time.
It's been a while.
Just a long.
It's been a while, yeah.
Because when he was with Philly, he was all that. See, people fail to realize he was with Philly 3 to 4 years ago. He was that guy. That offense is like we can do it without you. We ain't gonna pay you.
Receiving, we got CD Lamb, 9 receptions, 112 yards, no TDs. Jake Ferguson, another 9 receptions, 78 yards, no TDs. We have 1 from George Pickens, 5 receptions, 68 yards. Kevontae Turpin, 4 for 47 and a touchdown on the day. So, yeah, like you said, no defense being played today.
Zero.
These guys, as far as the quarterbacks, they seemed to ball out today. A couple receivers had great days on the day. Uh, only if they could just continue playing shitty defenses all season, and maybe they have.
That ain't happening. That ain't
Yeah.
happening. When you have over 800 yards total passing for two quarterbacks, bro, that's ridiculous. I mean, if you're a defensive coordinator, you're on notice. You're on notice, and this is the second time for the Giants. Like, hey, dude, because you got to believe everybody is on a hot seat over there, like big time. You,
Mhm.
you. I mean, this is what you've been looking for: offense to be explosive. You done got all these number one defensive picks, and that back end is less desired too. And we already know, like I said, at least you got a pass rush. Dallas would have no pass rush. They getting exploited. Big balls going everywhere, all down the field. Get ready to get Mr. Robinson a nice old contract extension because he done had two back-to-back games. And this is for the fantasy people. I told you guys, pick him up off that waiver. Dude, the longest Russell's the quarterback. See, that's the thing about it. Because the longest Russell's the quarterback, he's good. The problem is, if they continue to lose, Russell's not going to be the quarterback. They're going to go ahead and
Right.
move the other guy in there. And then you're going to see some stuff that drops. But Dallas, go ahead and do what you got to do. Shotty got his first win. Next up, we got the Rams. The Rams and the Titans, 33-19. The Rams take care of business. We had a Devontae Swing sighting, after last week. He was kind of non-existent, but he went ahead and showed his head. I mean, with this one, I guess. I mean, we all know that Puka. Puka does this thing. I guess is Adam the number 2 receiver, which is crazy. But
Yeah,
I guess
I'm-
in this offense he is. I guess in that offense he is. But he's still 8 today. Dude still has enough to be a number 1 somewhere. But he signed with them. He put up big numbers today. The whole key to the Rams is Stafford. As long as Stafford's healthy, they're fine. They got a young, aggressive defense. The defensive line is strong as hell with those second-year defensive players. And Cam Ward is he's going to have to do a lot by himself. I mean, you got Tony Pollard, you got different things, and if Ridley's going to show up, we don't know. But hey, Rams goes to Nashville and take care of business. What you got, Stats?
Yeah, you're absolutely right on the Matthew Stafford situation. As long as he can stay healthy, he's definitely got the weapons to get him the ball. Stafford, 23 of 33 today, 298 yards, 2 TDs, 1 INT. He was only touched one time in the game. LA rushing, we have Kyron Williams, 17 carries, 66 yards, no TDs. Puka, 1 carry, 45 yards, and a touchdown.
Sick.
Then we have Blake Corum, 5 rushes, 44 yards, a TD. Receiving, we have Devontae, 6 for 106 and a touchdown, which he led receiving yards today. We have Puka, of course, 91 yards, no touchdowns on the day. Davis Allen, 1 for 8 yards and a touchdown. For the Titans, we have Cam Ward, which, again, rookie quarterback. He's, going through his growing pains, I guess. 19 of 33, 175, 1 touchdown. But he was sacked 5 times, which means, he ain't being protected too heavily.
Right.
Tony Pollard, 20 carries, 92 yards, no touchdowns. No touchdowns rushing on the day. Calvin Ridley, 3 for 57, no touchdowns. Alec Ayo-Manar, 4 for 56 and a touchdown. That was the only touchdown receiving on the day. Tennessee continues to be Tennessee, and of course, like I said, with Matt Stafford, and great weapons on the outside as far as receivers, he's gonna excel.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I like it. I'm gonna tell you what, Cameron's gonna have some big games too, because now that you have Adams, that puts pressure. Because even if Puka's number one, Adam number 1A, 1B, he's still better than Cooper Cup. And we know Cooper, because really Puka took Cooper Cup's spot. You know what I'm saying? 17 catches, 190 yards. Now you brought in a dude who's been a number one, who still can be a number one, who is dangerous as hell as a number two in this offense. This I don't care if you got to prop this guy up, this block for him, and the Rams is going to be a deadly ass team because of that offense. And like I said, that defense is good enough also. Speaking of the Titans, you're just going to have to take it on the chin when Calvin Ridley, you just don't know. Like Calvin Ridley, before he had a gambling shit that he was doing or whatever, dude was a bad boy. He was a bad boy. Got suspended a whole year or whatever it was. Does he even want to play? Like, is he playing this for the check, or is he playing for the love of the ball game? Because dude, when he's focused, dude is one of them guys. He's a true number one if he's focused. I don't know if he's been struggling, man. I mean, maybe he does have a gambling problem or different things, with that. Maybe need some help. I don't know. Cam, the whole assignment for this year for the Titans is to make sure they keep Cam healthy. He should not be throwing the ball 33 times. I'm sorry. I mean, granted, what do you mean he's a quarterback? Yeah, but he don't. I mean, y'all got to make some plays for him, quick little dump passes. Because I'm going to tell you this, Mr. Stats. Knowing that I know Tony Pollard very well, he's not built for 20-plus carries. He's not. Mm-hmm. He needs a thumper with him, somebody else who can be that workload. Dude is not going to last if he's taking 20 or above, period. And if you got no running game and you put it all on Ward, yeah, he's not going to last either.
Right.
Next up, look at the Bengals. And when I say look at the Bengals 31-27 over the Jags, you probably saying, oh, that's what they supposed to do. Well, we've been saying it. We've been saying that offensive line is going to get Joey Buckets hurt. And it did. Second game of the season, dude goes out in the game, and backup quarterback with all the studs started receivers and toys that they have, won. They had a battle. And much love and respect for Jake Browning. We remember Jake Browning. You know what I'm saying? This is not this first rodeo. He's been doing this. But when Mr. Stats say these stats, Bengals, hats off to y'all, brother. Hats off to y'all, really. And I talk about Sunshine. Sunshine is overrated, big time. He has some weapons too, and he does not get taken to the woodshed like he needs to. Because if Sunshine was really a quarterback, they would have beat the Bengals. That's all I'm gonna say. You would have beat the Bengals. Joey Buckets out, bro. You got to take advantage of that. Just like any other true QB1, star one that y'all want to make him so bad. Nah, they took another loss. What you got, Stats?
Is it time to let him go? I mean, what do we do with Trevor Lawrence at this point? I mean,
let him go.
Do you continue to try to, give him time to like mature or whatever?
But hell, he's been in the league 5 years. Shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, they give him the grace, all the grace in the world.
Well, my thing is this: him and sometimes a different scenery helps you out, like Baker and all these other dudes. Maybe he'll be better if he goes somewhere else. This is him and the Jags. That is not working. He had Peterson, who was supposed to be a quarterback guru coach, and you remember his first year or two, he looked good. Trevor Lawrence looked good. He has digressed. He doesn't look well at all. It's garbage. But go ahead, Stats.
All right. We have Trevor Lawrence, 24 of 42, 271 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but he was only sacked once on the game.
Kept him clean.
Rushing, we have, Etienne Jr., 14 carries, 71 yards, no touchdown. total of 139 yards rushing on the team. Bayshul Tootin had
That's a
8
hell of a
rushes for
name.
42 yards. Yeah, that's a hell of a name. Receiving on the day, we have Parker Washington, 5 receptions, 76 yards, no touchdowns. Diami Brown, 5 receptions, 57 yards, and a touchdown. Bayshul Tootin, 2 receptions, 32 yards for a touchdown. And of course, Travis Etienne Jr., 2 receptions, 18 yards, 1 touchdown on the day. For the Bengals, which suffered a big loss today with Joe Burrow going down. Prior to him going down, he had 7 passes, 7 of 13, and they had a touchdown on the day, and then we sacked twice prior to him going out. Jake Browning then comes in. We have 21 of 32, 241 yards, 2 TDs, 3 INTs, but he was only touched once on the day. Cincinnati rushing, we have Jake Browning, 1 for 1 yard and a touchdown. Then we have Chase Brown for 16 for 47, no touchdowns. Cincinnati receiving, Jamar Chase seemed to be the main target on the day for 14 receptions, 165 yards and a touchdown. T. Higgins, only 3 receptions on the day today, 56 yards and a touchdown. And then we have Mitchell Tinsley, 1 reception for 13 yards and a touchdown on the day. So, Cincinnati, backup quarterback, seems to come in and continue and I don't know. I mean, slightly played better maybe than Joe so far this season. Maybe even though he had 3
Yeah, that's that
interceptions.
right there. That right there. I mean, because Joey Buckets, he still led him against a win against Cleveland, who Cleveland's defense was crunching that offensive line. So I ain't gonna say better, but that just speaks volumes for the Jags. I mean, even though Lawrence had 2 interceptions, dude had 3 interceptions, and y'all
Yeah.
still couldn't. I mean, I don't know, bro. And T. Higgins can't even cry me a river, dude. You knew that you was a number 2 receiver. It could have went somewhere else and probably been a number 1 if you really that guy. And only 3 catches, had 8 targets. So I mean, granted,
Yeah.
that's you can't really complain about that. I don't know how many drops you had, but you still got no running game. Chase Brown, but their offensive line sucks, bro. Like let's be real. For them to come out and win this game tells me a lot about Jacksonville, more than Cincinnati. I mean, Brownie's been doing this. He limped to the finish line and they won. Congratulations. And I do mean limped. 3 picks. Golly. Woo. All right. Ravens versus the Browns. Ravens 41, the Browns 17. The Ravens bounced back after that collapse that they did last Sunday night against the Bills. And this game, it was sluggish. It was really sluggish at the beginning. I don't know if it's just a heavy hangover from last week, but we do know that Cleveland's defensive line with Myles Garrett is the truth. They're going to muck it up big time for you. Hence, I don't think Henry did anything today. I don't know. Mr. Stats is going to be able to tell us like that. But Lamar and them, was struggling a little bit. It wasn't, I think halftime was only 10-3. He got it together. The offense got it moving and clicking. The defense did enough for Flacco, my gosh. My gosh. Flacco is Flacco, bro. Like, for real. And all those young bucks should be ashamed of themselves. And I know they rookies, but it wasn't even close as far as the quarterback competition. That's my thing. It wasn't even close. And Flacco looked like he was a greeter at Walmart today. And so that speaks a lot about these young dudes. And I know they're young. I get it. But Baltimore 41, Brown 17. What you got, Stats?
Cleveland Joe Flacco, we have 25 of 45, 199 yards, 1 TD, 1 INT, sacked twice today. Dylan Gabriel actually got in the game. He was 3 for 3, 19 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. Russian, we had Quinshon Judkins, which was activated this week. I know he had some domestic violence issues or whatever before the season started. He had just signed this week. This is his first action of the season. 10 carries, 61 yards. Jerome Ford, 6 carries, 31 yards. Dylan Sampson, which was the leader in the rushing last week, only had 4 carries for 6 yards today. Cleveland receiving, we have Jerry Jeudy with 451 yards. Harold Fannin Jr., 5 for 48 yards. Cedric Tillman, 2 for 22 and a touchdown. Dylan Sampson, 3 for 13 and a touchdown. Going to the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, 19 of 29, 225 yards, 4 touchdowns, sacked 3 times on the day. Derrick Henry, 11 carries total on the day for 23 yards, no touchdowns.
Got him.
Which is surprising. For him not to have that many carries, Lamar only had 2 carries of his own. You would think Lamar would have took, the majority of those carries away from Derrick Henry, but apparently they didn't need to use the rush today too much.
Only 21 times.
Only 21 total, 45 on the game. Baltimore receiving, we have Zay Flowers, which seems to be his favorite target, 7 for 75, no touchdowns on the day. DeAndre Hopkins gets another touchdown on the season with 2 for 64 today. Devontae Walker, 2 receptions for 26 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. Tylan Wallace, 2 receptions, 25 yards, and a touchdown on the day. So,
do me a favor.
Receiving core.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
So everybody knows what's Mark Andrews. Read his for me.
1 reception for 2 yards and nothing. No touchdowns.
Had 2 targets.
1 target. No,
2 targets,
yeah.
right? Last game against Buffalo, he had 1 target, 1 catch, 5 yards. Can you honestly tell me they're not freezing him out on purpose? They, meaning Lamar, from last year's debacle. Because dudes are all pro. They don't even go to him.
He is an all pro.
If they don't, that has to be. Well, I am pissed that you didn't do that. Like, for real. Like, you at the biggest moment, you let us down. I mean, this is crazy because it's different. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, Stats. This is crazy for purpose of this. It's different if Isaiah Likely's out there, because Isaiah Likely is the second tight end who really could be a number 1 tight end for almost everybody in the league. He's hurt.
Right.
So you go to your all-pro tight end 3 times in the first 2 games? Sound like some personal shit right there to me.
It could be, and then, Lamar Jackson, of course, he's going to take all the blame for the fact that they can't get so far in the playoffs, right?
Right.
That was their opportunity to get past it, you know what I mean? But, discounting the failures of the prior years, right?
Right.
We couldn't get there then, you know what I'm saying? Now, we had an opportunity, of course. I fucked up, but I've been consistent up until that point, right? So if I'm Mark Andrews, right, hey, I'm still who I am.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
give me the ball. You know what I mean?
We're gonna have to have a discussion.
Right. Right. But the common denominator is Lamar Jackson, right? He's the common denominator in the fact that they can't go far in the playoffs, or they can't get.
Well, he's gonna get the blame.
He's expected.
He's gonna get the blame.
Right.
He's gonna get the blame,
but
also.
Right.
And also, he's also the one who has to read these plays. So the thing about it is, let me go here. And everybody that you named, except for, we know D-Hop, and D-Hop is not the D-Hop from last year or the year before, 5 years ago when he was that man. Zay Flowers, that's a nice little toy that you've been having, a little small receiver. But they still ain't Mark Andrews in this system. That's mind boggling to
Right.
me, bro. And I get it. I mean, ultimately, it is Lamar. He's going to take it on the chin, but I don't know if they need to go have another, squash this out because let's put it this way. You know that Kraft is going to get the ball thrown to him. Green Bay is going to throw it to him at least 5 to 6 times. I know that Ferguson's going to at least have 5 to 6 opportunities to catch it or more, right? Certain tight. I mean, these dudes are tight ends that are good enough to make big plays. They're still not better than what Mark Andrews has done, and he used to rely on him. I get it, spread it out, but there's no way that Mark Andrews and I get it. I know Ravens fans, I feel you, but believe me, if he's on that trade block, watch somebody work. And I'm gonna tell you who's gonna work. They've been working all year long, every day. Philadelphia Eagles will go get him.
Yeah.
Because apparently they don't have a cap problem. They don't have a cap problem. Somebody's gonna come and get him. Because if you guys freeze that man out and Likely's not back yet, damn. I'm just saying this observation and come on, dude. Hell, everybody would take him. Dude's nice. He had one bad play. Let me put it that way.
One bad.
One
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, that's ugly. That's ugly. Next up, speaking of the nemesis, Bills smacked the Jets 30-10. Little birdie told me that somebody went out on this game too. I didn't think that he was gonna have a great game anyway, but still, you hate to see anybody get hurt. Oh boy, is this doing what he does. Bills did what they were supposed to do. Go down there, beat the Jets, come on back home. That's it. I mean, this is nothing to be celebrating on. You're supposed to win this game, and you did it in the fashion how you supposed to. And when the opposing quarterback get hurt, you take advantage of that. Because anytime you got to look up and see Tyrod Taylor in there, you're good. You're Gucci. You expect to win. Even though he used to be your quarterback too. You know what I'm saying? He used to be the Bills quarterback also. Stats what you got.
All right, Buffalo passing on the day. We have Josh Allen, 14 to 25, 148 yards, no TDs on the day. He was sacked once for 1 yard. Mitch Trubisky came in 1 for 2 for 32 yards, no touchdowns, no INTs on the day. Buffalo rushing, James Cook, 21 carries for 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen, 6 carries for 59 yards, no touchdown. Elijah Moore, 2 carries, 6 yards, and a touchdown. Buffalo receiving, Jesus. No touchdown scored receiving on the day, but we had Josh Palmer, 2 for 47. Dalton Kincaid, 4 for 37. Keon Coleman, 3 for 26. Dawson Knox, 2 for 19. Going over to the Jets, Tyrod Taylor. Well, Justin Fields, of course, 3 of 11, no touchdowns, sacked twice on the day. Tyrod Taylor, 7 of 11, 1 TD, 2 sacks on the day. New York's rushing. Justin Fields had 5 for 49, no touchdowns. Breece Hall, 10 for 29, no touchdowns. No touchdowns on the day, 21 rushes and 100 yards for the team. New York's receiving. Garrett Wilson, 4 receptions for 50 yards, no touchdowns. Breece Hall, 2 for 9 yards, no touchdowns. Jeremy Ruckert, 1 for 5 yards and a touchdown. Only 1 touchdown on the day. Only 83 yards receiving on the day. 2 fumbles from Justin Fields, 1 loss today. Garrett Wilson fumbled the ball, no loss. Mason Taylor had a recovery. Zero offense from New York
Yeah, that's
on the
embarrassing.
day. I mean,
That's
really,
embarrassing.
basically nothing. Very pedestrian. When you don't get no more than 22 passes on the day, 21 rushes on the day,
Right, right.
it means you weren't on the field for very long at all today, right? You know, you
Dude,
was a lot of 3-and-outs.
a total of 154 yards offense. That's putrid.
Yes.
That's yeah. That I mean, come on. But we that's the thing about it. Everybody thought, wow, this is the new Jets. They no. What you did, you had a motivated quarterback out there that wanted to prove the Steelers wrong, and he balled. He played well against them. And I said it. I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna do this again. You know what I'm saying? So all you people who picked him up on your fantasy wires and started starting them or had to start them, shame on you, without a doubt, because this is what you're gonna get. This is what you're gonna get. Now, Brees Hall's things kind of worries me because I thought that he maybe had turned that corner, even though I know that rumors was that he was gonna, that people was looking at the trade for him and all this kind of stuff. That still may happen. It still may happen. But yeah, Bills did what they need to do. They took care of business. I mean, that's 154 total yards in the game is disgusting. Totally disgusting. Another disgusting thing is this. Patriots 33, Dolphins 27. We actually had a Tyreek Hill sighting. Thank you for that sighting, Tyreek. Checks in the mail. But
Mhm.
dude's gone too, right? I mean, I'm just before McDaniels is gone. He's gone, man. He's gone. He is so gone. It's not even funny. I mean, because you brought him in here, you had all this. We had a fast. We got a track team. We can do all this. Dude, Tua is not hurt. He's doing decent numbers. What's up with your defense? What's up with your running game? All this shit, bro. It's disgusting. Good win for the Patriots. Any win on the road is a great win. Good to great win, whatever you want to say. Drake May handled business, and they went down there and has done what they have been doing for the past decade or 20 years is beat the Dolphins. It's the stats.
Mhm. Yeah, for the Patriots, Drake May, very efficient game, extremely efficient game. 19 to 23, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he was sacked 3 times on the day. Passer rating of 137.3.
Ooh.
Rushing, Ramondre Stevenson, 11 rushes, 54 yards, no touchdowns. Drake May carried it 10 times himself today for 31 yards and a touchdown. Um, Receiving, Ramondre Stevenson, which is, I guess, showing his value on the receiving end of the ball instead of, carrying it. 5 receptions, 88 yards, no touchdowns, though. Um, who else do we have? Austin Hooper, 3 for 38, no touchdowns. Stephon, 4 for 32, no touchdowns.
We the only people
Trayvon Henry.
we the only people who says his name anymore. Diggs.
Oh, yeah. Diggs, right. Keyshawn Boutte, 1 for 16 and a touchdown. Mac Hollins, 1 for 8 and a touchdown. Total of 230 yards passing on the day. Get back to the Dolphins. We'll check out and see what the Dolphins done. Tua, 26 of 32,
Great game.
315 yards, two TDs, one in INT, and he was sacked 5 times today for 18 yards. Rushing, Devon Achane, 11 rushes for 30 yards, no touchdowns. Malik Washington, 3 for 23, no touchdowns. Miami receiving, we had Tyreek Hill, like you said, another sighting from him, 6 for 109, no touchdowns. Achane, 8 receptions today, 92 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 5 receptions, 68 yards and a touchdown. Total of 315 yards receiving on the day. Again, I messed up my screen. I messed up my screen. But anyway, Miami could have definitely played a better game. Like I said, the Ramondre Stevenson for the Jesus. I'm sorry, man.
You're good. Nah, you know the thing about it is that he is probably the only player that you put on your fantasy team, Mr. Stevenson. Because once you have a running back that has 5 receptions, like he leading the team in rushing and yardage as far as 5 receptions, 80-something yards receiving, and then the next person is Austin Hooper, a tight end. Then you finally get the Diggs. So that's a lot of dinking and dunking that went on in that game. I don't know when Tua threw that interception, but it could have been a biggie towards the end. But I mean, you can't start the game down 12-0 in the first quarter if you're the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sense of urgency. Like really, it's no sense of urgency with this team, and that's why McDaniels is going to be fired soon and very soon. He's going to be fired.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, period. I mean, come on, bro. Like, I mean, you are the worst team in the AFC East. You are. I mean, damn. Come on. It's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Another ridiculous thing is that, hey, 49ers without a lot of people goes to New Orleans and wins 26-21. Like I said, man, Kittles didn't play, Purdy didn't play. We know that Brandon Ayuk is out. You know, all kinds of stuff going on with this, and they still go down there with Mac Jones,
Who?
Mac Jones, and win the game. There's no way in hell that you should let that happen. But the Saints. Spencer Rattler, like for real, bro. Like you, come on. Like, all you guys who got that memo to not to draft Shador, shame on yourself. I mean, granted you got Shuck, but you don't trust him enough. Hell, you know I mean, why even drafted him? You know what I'm saying? Like you should have got a free agent, an old free agent, and let him rock and roll. Because this is a game. If the Aints couldn't win this game, without all them people who was missing, they may not win a game this season. And Alex Kamara is going to be on the move. He's going to be on the move.
Yeah.
And he should be on the move. Because when you look at, and I love Chris O, somebody going to come get him too. I mean, like, you know, granted, y'all don't want to, I understand, Aints. Y'all don't want to give him up. But hell, y'all need some, what it is, you guys need some draft picks to draft a whole bunch of people. So go on and give up Chris Olave, give up Kamara. I mean, y'all can get some good pieces for them. Send them to some teams that got some, and get out, because this right here is not going to work. This is not going to work. Mr. Stats, what you got?
All right. San Francisco passing. We have Mac Jones, 26 of 39, 279, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Sacked 3 times on the day for 12 yards.
Had him looking like
San Francisco rush.
Had him looking like QB1 out there.
Yeah, very much so. Christian McCaffrey rushing 13 carries, 55 yards, no touchdowns. Brian Robinson Jr., 6 for 20, no touchdowns. A total of 77 yards total on the rushing for the day for San Francisco. Receiving, Juwan Jennings, 5 receptions, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. Ricky Pearsall, 4 receptions for 56 yards, no touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, 6 for 52 and a touchdown. And then we have Luke Farrell, 2 for 15 and a touchdown. Total of 279 yards on the day. Mac Jones fumbled the ball twice, lost 1. Um, Let me see what we got on the other side of the ball. On the Saints side of the ball, what do we have? We have Spencer Rattler, 25 of 34, 207 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, sacked 3 times on the day.
Not too bad.
New Orleans rushing, Alvin Kamara, 21 carries, 99 yards, no touchdowns. Spencer Rattler, 4 for 14, no touchdowns. A total of 121 yards rushing for the team. Receiving, Chris Olave, 6 for 54, no touchdowns. Rashid Shaheed, 4 for 52, 1 touchdown. Jawan Johnson, 5 for 49 yards, 1 touchdown.
Dinking
Devon
and
Vele, 1 for 3 years. I mean, I said
3
1 for
years.
3 years.
He
1
done-
for 3
It's his
yards.
first time in 3
One
years.
touchdown. Yeah, I don't know how that. But yeah, that's it for as far as the stats are concerned. But New Orleans, they've been suffering for the last couple of years, man. I mean, ever since Drew Brees left, it's hard to find them a decent quarterback, somebody who's solid, who can continue using Alvin Kamara and some of those weapons that they had, and continue them, moving forward. It's kind of been stagnant since Drew left.
Big time, big time. And in my head, I'm just going across like Kamara can fit in so many places. Like dude's
Yeah.
a pass, catcher.
And I think he wasted a couple of his years,
Yeah,
right?
they did.
You
They
know,
did.
he
That's
could.
the problem. That's the problem. That is the big time problem. And Chris is a hell of a receiver. Rashid just got had a good season last year or whatever. Like, you got some weapons down there. The tight end, what I'm
Right.
saying? Johnson. You got a lot of stuff that you can do. But, that's a bad situation. And Kellen Moore, dude, you don't have a long leash. I know it's your first year, but, you don't have a long leash. That's the whole thing about it. So you better get it together. Well, Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh my! Lions 52, Bears 21. Oh my! Did you think they were trying to send a message to the former offense coordinator that yes, we can score some points. We don't need you, and what you're gonna do? I'm gonna say this, and I've been actually cheering for this kid to turn it around. I thought that having this coach would help a lot. Um, Sometimes you just ain't got it. I mean, he's running around, throwing it like slanging it across his body. Caleb, he's gravy bench, bro. He's gravy bench. All have to remember that this is not Johnson's quarterback. He didn't draft him. Even though he was the number one
Right.
pick, he ain't his quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So if he didn't have him, didn't think highly of him when he was at Detroit, and if they would have took him, if he could have, all kind of stuff like that. All stuff kind of plays a lot, but that defense is something to be. I don't know. We're always used to the Bears having solid defense. Always. Offense can suck, but
Yeah.
that defense is going to step up and do what they got to do. I just don't know, man. I just don't know what's going on with it. That's what happens sometimes when you get an offensive minded coach that really is all about that. But just when you hire these defensive coordinators, strictly real good, get your old Grizzly veteran, what I'm saying, let him lead that defense to get them back together. But I think this was a message game. This was a message not for the league, but for Johnson. Like, yeah, we can still do
Right.
things without you. What you got, Mr. Stats?
hmm Chicago Bears passing, Caleb Williams, 19 of 30, 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT, sacked 4 times on the day for 29 yards. Tyson Bagent, 2 of 3, 27 yards, no touchdowns, no INTs. Rushing for Chicago, we have DeAndre Swift, 12 carries for 63 yards, 1 touchdown. Kyle Mananjai, is that how you pronounce that?
That's how we
Mananjai.
that's how we gonna do it today.
Davion Mananjai. All right,
Yes, sir.
7 carries, 28 yards, no touchdowns. Caleb Williams, 5 rushes, 27 yards, no touchdown. Total of 134 yards rushing on the team for the day. Chicago receiving, Rome Odunze, 7 receptions, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day. DJ Moore, 5 for 46, no touchdowns. Total of 234 yards receiving on the day for Chicago. For the Lions, Jared Goff, 23 of 28, very efficient, 334 yards, 5 touchdowns,
Ooh, wait.
no sacks. So they protected my man today, and he was able to get off.
They did. On purpose. They were going to make sure.
Yes, Detroit. So rushing, Jahmyr Gibbs, 12 carries, 94 yards and a touchdown. David Montgomery, 11 carries, 57 yards and a touchdown. So they spread it around as far as the rushing is concerned. Receiving, Amon-Ra St. Brown. 9 receptions, 115 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day. Beautiful line.
Yeah.
Jameson Williams, 2 receptions, 108 yards,
Good
and
for
1
him.
touchdown. Brock Wright, 3 for 28, 1 touchdown, a total of 334 yards receiving on the day. No fumbles lost for the team. Very efficient offensively today, and pretty decent defensively, for Detroit today in that game.
What's your thoughts on it, though? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, Detroit had to come back from last week. Last week was kind of embarrassing for them. You know what I mean? I don't think they expected to lose last week. So they definitely had something to say this week. Chicago, probably same thing. They lost last week, and, they had to make a statement, but they couldn't make it today.
Right.
They
I mean,
couldn't.
that was just one of the, when you have to go, like, their season opener and all that kind of shit like that, that's kind of a tough task, especially after they lost.
Right,
so you knew they was
right.
coming out to go ahead and take your head off. I just don't know. I mean, like Ben Johnson, like I said, you got to get that defense together, and you're gonna have to decide who's gonna be my quarterback. I mean, are you gonna ride with him? I mean, granted, you only got what you have on your team, but like I said, this wasn't his quarterback. Let's be real. So everybody like, well, no, he just got drafted. No, they don't make a difference. He wasn't his. So we'll see. We'll see how much power, because some of them sometimes the owners will be like, nah, Mr. Stats is starting. I don't care what you say. And then some of them like, you need to start
Right.
rookie. So it is what it is. So the Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh my, oof, Jesus.
I mean, when you throw 12 TDs and 23 passes,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, let's go on and move on to this stinker. Oh, hold on. Let me get these people real quick. What's up, D? Good evening. Shan said good evening. D said good evening. Good evening. Um, yeah, this right here, Seahawks 31, Steelers 17. When Don and I was previewing this, and I'm like, well, the Steelers should, but I'm like, it's gonna be close. Like I think it was like 3.5 point favorite was the Steelers. I'm like, man, the Seahawks take that 3. You know what I'm saying? Because they have mirror ass teams, and Seahawks is their defense is gonna show up. The problem is that the Steelers defense ain't showed up in 2 games. We ain't used to that. Now, what's going on? So if they don't show up, and we know that Mr. Rogers is not going to be doing everything he did in that first game, this is what it looks like. 31-17 to Sam Darnold led team, which not saying he's bad, but he's okay. You just can't have this kind of, You got that win last week, thank goodness, because if he started off 0-2, then that'd be a real mess. But we said it. Like basically, like is this going to be your game, Roger? You know what I'm saying? Was the Jets just like how uh, Fields balled out? We know he balled out against them. But wait till stats hit you guys. I ain't gonna wait. This, and I'll just wrap it up after you wrap it up. Give the stats, especially. Please do this, sir.
Yeah. It was a fairly tight game into the fourth quarter. The Seahawks went on a 17-point run in the fourth quarter. The Steelers had nothing to do, to combat it, right? So, Seattle passed, and I have 22 of 33 from Sam Darnold. 2 touchdowns, 2 INTs, 2 sacks. Seattle's rushing. Kenneth Walker III, 13 carries, 105 yards, and a touchdown. Zach Charbonnet, 15 carries, 10 yards, no touchdowns. Seattle receiving, Jackson Smith and Jigba, 8 receptions, 103 yards, no touchdowns. Cooper Kupp, 7 receptions, 90 yards, no touchdowns. Torrey Horton, 2 for 32, 1 touchdown. AJ Barner, 2 for 26, 1 touchdown. Total of 295 yards receiving on the team. For the Steelers, which I was surprised to see as much DK Metcalf as I've probably seen in the last 4 or 5 seasons. Right? They definitely utilizing my man. Aaron Rodgers, 18 of 33, 203 yards, a touchdown, 2 INTs on the day. He was sacked 3 times for 20 yards. Mason Rudolph came in, had 2 of 2 for 12 yards, no touchdowns on the day. Pittsburgh's rushing, Jaylen Warren, 14 carries, 48 yards, no touchdowns. Kenneth Gainwell, 5 carries for 20 yards, no touchdowns. Total of 72 yards, team rushing. Pittsburgh receiving, Jaylen Warren, 4 for 86, no touchdowns. Pat Freiermuth, 3 for 31, no touchdowns. Jonnu Smith, 4 for 27, no touchdowns. DK Metcalf, 3 for 20, 1 touchdown on the day. Total of 215 yards receiving on the day. 1 touchdown for the receiving corps. So, again, like I said, it was a fairly close game until the fourth quarter. Seattle tended to pull it out. 17 unanswered in the fourth. I don't think you can win that way. Keep it, tight for 3 quarters. It's a 4-quarter game.
Yeah. The problem is, I see a lot of problems with this. You can't, if you're the Steelers, you can't only rush for 72 yards. That's not, because that means you're putting it in Aaron Rodgers' hands. This is not the Aaron Rodgers role. So you're making him throw 33 times. No, you need to have a running game to help him out. And Kenneth Gainwell is not Najee Harris. You're going to regret not getting him. You need a big back. Granted, Warren can do a lot of stuff, but he's like a little pinball. He's like a spark plug. He can catch it out of the backfield. It look like a lot of little tight end dumps and stuff like that. But my thing is this. What you said about, I don't think they used DK enough. He had 6 targets. Okay, cool. He only had 3. His stats are 320 and 1. Yeah, I mean, it's always going to get a TD, but dude is a mismatch. Dude is half man, half robot, as I call him. And him, 3 catches, 20 yards is not good. Not good at all for this type of game. But I'm going to tell you what the biggest thing. Their defense. They got outscored 24-3 in the second half. When's the last time you heard a Steelers defense giving up 24 points in 2 quarters? 24-3. That's the game. That's the game. I mean, what the hell is going on? And When did Mason come in there? Was it because it was like at the end of y'all knew that old boy done all his energy was gone and you wanted to try something new, or he was just that damn tired because he's 41? What? I mean, stop it.
Go to the pen, get that Ben Gay rubbed on him.
Yeah, man, he left early. He left the shit early. I got to go get rubbed on real quick. Man, go get Shador. Go get him. I mean, for real, for real. And I'm saying is, and not even just him, it's so many other dudes you can go get. I'm just saying, that's not going, dude ain't going to last. Throwing 33 times a game. I'm sorry, he's not. He's not built like that no more, bro. He's 41. And the running, 72 yards rushing, bro, that's a wrap. 24-3. And the 3 points came in the damn fourth quarter? Nah, man. Seattle was more physical than them. Beat them up. When Kenneth, because when Kenneth Walker is running the ball, he's physical. And for him to get 105 yards against the Steelers defense, that's unheard of. Because he's not breakaway. He's coming at you. Dude, yeah, that's a wrap, man. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Speaking of rap, didn't think this was happening, but it did. The Colts. 29. Colt 45. 29. Broncos 45. 28. The battle of the two horses. And Colt 45 works every time. And they sure did. They came back, kicked the field goal late to beat them. Took care of business. Broncos, cost me some points for your defense because I didn't think you was going to give up that to Daniel Jones. Stop
Dan
the
Jones.
madness. Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is going to make people pick him up on their fantasy, bro. That's crazy. He done had 2 good games, and he is rocking and rolling Denver. Denver, hey, I'm going to tell you, Bo Nix, you better not, you better quit missing. You better quit missing, even though you can look at the stats. You better something's off, something off a little bit, and maybe it was just the defense. Maybe the defense didn't show up, and Colts, give them credit. Got to give credit to Daniel Jones. I don't think I ever seen him with a 300-yard pass with the Giants. I'm sure he did, because they was getting blown out the water, so I'm pretty sure he had thrown all the time. But wow. And Jonathan Taylor, bro, quit stealing my guys' TDs. Let him eat. Let him eat. He's a monster. What you got, Stats?
Right. All right. Denver, we have Bo Nix, 22 of 30, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 INT, no sacks on the day. Denver rushing, J.K. Dobbins, 14 carries, 76 yards, 1 touchdown. Bo Nix, 3 carries for 20 yards, no touchdowns. Total of 118 yards for the team as far as rushing on the day. Denver's receiving, we have Troy Franklin, 8 receptions, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. Marvin Mims Jr., 2 receptions, 24 yards, 1 touchdown. Adam Troutman, 3 for 10 yards and a touchdown. Total of 206 receiving yards for the team. For the Colts, we have Daniel Jones, 23 of 34, 316 yards, 1 touchdown, no INTs. He was sacked once on the day.
Wow.
Indianapolis rushing, we have Jonathan Taylor, 25 carries, 165 yards, no touchdown.
My God.
Daniel Jones, 6 for 2 and a touchdown. A total of 167 yards rushing on the day. In the Indianapolis receiving, we have Tyler Warren, 4 for 79, no touchdowns. Alec Pierce, 4 for 68, no touchdowns. Josh Downs, 6 for 51, no touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, 2 for 50 and a touchdown. Mike Pittman Jr., 4 for 40, no touchdown. So none of your main receivers received any touchdowns on the day. A total of 316 receiving yards for the team. Again, Indiana, they playing just well enough to, keep winning. Here they are, 2-0 on the season. Not expected, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, and doing well. So see if they
Tyler
can keep it up.
Tyler Warren is going to be the next Brock Bowers. That's the dude who came from Penn State. He's just going to get better and
Hmm.
better because you can line him up anywhere, and he's going to eat. Jonathan Taylor, as long as he stay healthy, dude is like one of the top five backs in the league. Dude is special. Like he's that tough. This is it. This is a good fit, man. This is like we talked about it. It's about a fit, and Daniel Jones is fitting well with this. He don't have that pressure, that New York pressure, because some of them cities you in is pressure, and New York is definitely a pressure, and he don't have that, and he is hats off. We said it. Sometimes it takes going to a different place, and my goodness,
Hmm.
hats off them. And Broncos defense got beat up. You gave up over 470 yards total offense. You got beat up. So hey, great win. Way to go, big time. All right, I'm gonna have to do some maneuvering on here. Let me get on here and change, put the scores on this one real quick. This one you had the Cardinals versus the Panthers. The Cardinals won 27-22. This game wasn't that close until the end. I guess somebody decided they didn't need to play the whole game. That would be the Cardinals. But you got to win. A win's a win, and hats off to them, big time. I said all the time, Bryce, go to New Orleans. Go to New Orleans. Just go there. I think you can win that starting job. I think you're better than Spencer. I think you're better than Tyler. I think you can do some nice things. I think uh, too much is put on him. You got some fake ass receivers on that team. It's just not a good fit for him. I just hope that he doesn't just deteriorate and go up in smoke or something. But what you get on this game, man?
Yeah, like poison his look, right? You know,
Right,
the team's that bad to make him look bad to where nobody wants to deal with him. Kind of like a Russell Wilson situation, right?
right.
um, Carolina passing Bryce Young 35 of 55. So
Mm,
a total of 55 passes on the game, 35 receiving.
wow.
328 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 INT on the day. He was touched 3 times today for 25 yards. Rushing, we have Chuba Hubbard, 10 carries, 38 yards, no touchdowns. Rico Dowdle, 6 for 9, no touchdowns.
Sounds
A
about
total of
right.
49 yards rushing for the team. Carolina receiving, we have Titariora McMillan, 6 receptions, 100 yards, no touchdowns.
Okay.
Tavion Sanders, 7 for 54, no touchdowns. Hunter Renfro, 7 for 48, 2 touchdowns. Chuba Hubbard, 5 for 39, 1 touchdown. Total of 328 receiving yards on the team. For the Panthers, for the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, 17 of 25, 220 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 INT, 1 sack. Arizona rushing, Connor, 11 carries for 34 yards, 1 touchdown. Kyler Murray, 7 for 32 yards, no touchdowns. Total of 82 yards for the team rushing on the day. Trey McBride receiving 6 balls for 78 yards, no touchdowns. Elijah Higgins, 2 for 45, no touchdowns. Michael Wilson, 1 for 11, 1 touchdown. Total of 220 yards receiving on the day. Um, yeah, no fumbles lost or anything like that. Kyler Murray continues to be who he is. I think he's very consistent in being basically this stat line that I'm looking at. Um,
Right.
Gotta get you by, basically. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of situations, but Carolina, they're struggling. You know, for Bryce Young to have to throw 55 times on the
Right.
day.
and only scored
It
22
tells you have
points.
problems moving the ball. Either your offensive line ain't holding up, giving your guys holes to rush through, or you just gonna have to hurry up, back up, and throw it. To get it out your hands before you get hit.
Running game's a mess.
But he definitely needs a new situation.
Running game's a mess. Mr. Hubbard and them, for only 49 yards. There's no way you should have Bryce throwing 55 times and only scoring 22 points. That's ridiculous. Um, Fantasy people, or even my betters, you know, about a person getting anytime touchdown. James Conner always scores TDs. He ain't gonna have 100 yards, but he gonna score a TD. He is definitely gonna score a TD. It's almost like the Philadelphia with the tush push. You know that Mr. Jalen Hurts is gonna score, right? Connor's the same way. Um, Pedestrian. I don't know. You got outscored 13-0 in the fourth quarter. Come on, Cardinals. This game shouldn't even came down, and the Panthers had opportunity to take the lead at the end. Like, there's no way, bro. Like, hey, get it together. You got to get it together. You got to win it. Win a win, right? A win's a win. That's what they say. All right, so the game of the day so far as going into the day. Uh, you had the Eagles at the Chiefs. Let me go ahead and put this on this for you guys so you can see who won. I can tell you somebody who's on this network is not going to be happy when I see him tomorrow because he cannot stand the Eagles, kind of like me. But the Eagles take care of business at the Chiefs, big time, as champions do, 20-17. The thing about the Eagles can beat you so many ways, and it's almost like only player I would take if I'm a fantasy person is Barkley because he's gonna get his and Hurts because he's gonna run like he's gonna get TDs out the ass. So Brown and them, one game they'll have 100 yards. Next 4 or 5 games, 20 yards combined because they beat you with their defense. They beat you in so many different ways. They can run the ball. They control it. Their defense is physical. And I told Mr. Stats that the Eagles beat up the Chiefs again. They beat them up again. They was more physical. The Chiefs only have Kelsey as a receiver. I mean, you did have a downtown Julie Brown sighting, but still, that's not enough. The running game is really non-existent. I don't think. I mean, maybe they did something today. Well, this is the best they done in a while for them as I'm looking. But guess who led them in rushing? Put it in the comments. Who you guys think? Follow, like, subscribe. Y'all know the deal. It's that one guy, Petty Ice. Petty Ice can't do everything, bro. I know everybody wants to do that. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta help this guy out, man. You gotta. Why are you guys still drafting all these first round picks, offensive linemen, when really a lot of them ain't panning out well? Go get you some in free agent. Who don't want? What veteran does not want to have a chance to play for the championship, the Super Bowl, when you know you got Petty Ice that you can protect? Now, Pacheco and Hunt, it's time to go ahead and get rid of them. That chemistry shit science project is over with. Let that go. You should have been a suitor for Devontae Adams. You should have gave him whatever he wanted to have him with him because you're dependent on Kelsey that you don't know what you're going to get with him. And you guys constantly keep on letting Petty Ice throw the ball. I mean, run the ball, and that's not good. But for the winners of this game, they do what they do, man. Their stats are not going to look good, but they beat you up. And what I tell you, Stats, if you don't have an offense, you're not going to beat them. You're not going to beat them. You have to make them be honest.
Right.
Who would have thought that Dallas played them better than to Kansas City. You can look at it and say, well, it was 20. Dallas played them better. Come on now. And we know who's got a defense.
Right.
Kansas City has a defense. But your offense is limited, bro. It's suspect. You have to have an offense. If you don't have an offense, you're not going to beat them this year. You're not even going to come close unless they beat themselves. You're not. And really about the Super Bowl. Really, it's going to have to be a team that can put some points. If you're not, then it's going to be the same thing because they are physically beating up teams. And if you got a weak-ass offensive line, they're going to beat them up. If your defensive line is suspect, they're going to beat them up. That's what they do. They got the best running back in the game. They got some receivers that they only use part-time, but they tough. Pick your point. It is what you got. What you got, Mr. Stats?
Yeah, like you said, they can beat you in unconventional ways, man. These some of these stat lines is not what you would expect of a winning
Right.
Super Bowl type team. You know what I mean? So we got Jalen Hurts, 15 of 22, 101 yards, no touchdowns thrown on the day, 2 sacks for 7 yards. Philadelphia's rushing, Saquon, 22 carries, 88 yards, 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts, 9 rushes, 15 yards, a touchdown. Philadelphia's receiving, Devonta Smith, 4 receptions, 53 yards, no touchdowns. A.J. Brown, 5 receptions, 27 yards, no touchdowns. So again, like I said, it wasn't like great offense that did it to you, but then too, the injuries that the Chiefs are dealing with, like you said, they have to depend on, Kelsey, as being their main receiving threat. And then, of course, the rushing is inconsistent, right? Pat Mahomes, 16 of 29, 187 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 INT, sacked twice on the day. Kansas City rushing, Pat Mahomes, 7 rushes, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 8 yards, 31 yards, no touchdown. 8 carries, 31 yards, no touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 10 carries, 22 yards, no touchdowns. A total of 121 rushing on the team. Receiving, Travis Kelce, 4 receptions, 61 yards, no touchdowns. Tyquan Thornton, 2 receptions, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. A total of 187 yards receiving for the team, 1 touchdown receiving. Kareem Hunt with 1 fumble and a recovery on the day, So we talked about Kansas City, a couple weeks ago going into the season. And again, I was saying this might be one of those years where, they're kind of cresting that hill of, being super good team, Super Bowl bound every year to, on the back end of that. And injuries is only going to accelerate that for me. I think the injuries are really just going to, push them over that edge a little bit faster than they more likely would have otherwise.
No, you hit on the head. You have been on that wagon big time. I mean, because they have been stagnant offensively for now the past 3 to 4 years. Like it's been a minute. It's not like it just happened. They have been, and they have not made. Oh well, we without Rice, we all that. Well, I mean, we seen Rice play with him. I mean, Rice is a good receiver, but I don't think he's a damn game changer. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see him like that. I don't see him being that. Because dude wins it without receivers, right? So help him out.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is he's doing all this running, he's going to get hurt. Knock on wood. I'm not trying to wish hurt on anybody, but he's running too much. He gets the ball in his hand too many times, and he has to because he got 2 bulls back there. You don't got 2 dudes that one can put his foot in the ground and turn it up and he's gone 80 yards. No, you got 2 bulls who's looking for contact. That's not hell. He does it the damn self. That's not going to get it. And thank God for Spags, defensive coordinator, who used to be a long time defensive coordinator for the Giants. Like he's done saved a lot of this, bro. Like his defense is great because if they didn't have a defense, they'd be getting blown out because that offense is not good at this moment. They're 0-2. 0-2. Who had that on their bingo card?
Nobody.
Nobody. All right. We're getting into some games that's going on right now and a couple tomorrow. You got the Falcons at the Vikings, 3.5-point favorites. The Vikings right now is 3-0. ATL taking care of business. In your mind, man, what do you think that the Falcons have to do to win this game?
They have to wake up my tight end. What's his name?
Pitts.
Pitts. Yeah, they gotta wake up Pitts, man. They gotta be able to get him the ball, man. Um, Otherwise, offensively, I think they got decent weapons, offensively, man. But they can't stop anybody. All right, now with the Vikings, we have a rookie quarterback. He's coming in, he's up and down, but he's at home. I expect him to. I expect him to hold court.
Right. Now I'm with you. And then Robinson has to, he's gonna have to get you 100 yards. You gotta have to control it, and you got to put that pressure on that rookie quarterback. If you're the Falcons, you got to put pressure on him, big time. Make him make throws, make him uncomfortable, as they say. Otherwise, it's gonna be a long night because beating them there is kind of difficult. Who you got in this game anyway? Falcons or the Vikings?
I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Yeah.
Just bigger weapons over there. You got Justin Jefferson. Even though you got inexperience getting him the ball, but anytime you got like weapons like that, that's that dangerous. I expect him to get something going.
Right. Nah, I'm with you. Do look good in his first game. Excuse me, I didn't see that comment, so I gotta respect that. So I'm gonna ride with the Vikings too with this one. We got 2 games on Monday night. You have Baker. If anybody can do it, a Baker can. Bucks at Texans. 2.5 favorite. 2.5 favorite is the Texans. What's your thoughts on this game, man? And who you got?
I'm expecting CJ to bounce back. Yeah. I'm expecting him to show his ass tomorrow, Like I said, he was kind of disappointed in the first game. Of course, Baker Mayfield, he's got plenty of talent around him. He can definitely do what he needs to do to win this game. But the Texans, again, are at home. I think they got a little something to prove. So I'm going to roll with the Texans on this one.
The thing about it is that this point line is probably right. This is probably going to be a 3-point game either way, because Baker can go ahead and make the Texans uncomfortable. My thing is I'm looking for the Texans defense to do something, right? Your coach, former player, hell of a player, D'Amico. So come on, man, I need to see this. I'm not seeing it like I thought I was going to see. So I'm thinking the Texans will win, but I think it can go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if Baker and them go in there because like you said, he has enough weapons. He's got a running game. His defense is solid. This is not going to be. This should be a real good game. And C.J. Stroud, there's no way that Nico's not getting any passes. Come on, stop it. That stat line can't look like that, like he did the last week. That's ridiculous. Because otherwise, everybody's gonna be looking at CJ like, what's going on with you? You had one good year, your rookie year. Now people done scouted you. What are you doing? Too much celebrity softball games or something. And then the late night one, Chargers 3.5-point favorite at the Raiders. This game's at 10 p.m. Monday. What's your thoughts on this and who you got, Mr. Stats?
The Raiders. Last week I was expecting, I got a couple Raiders on my my fantasy squad or whatever. Yeah, I was kind of expecting them to do a little bit better. I don't know, man. The Raiders, I mean, they have some weapons, right? But, you know, offensively, they have some weapons. But it doesn't seem like they ever get, like, all on the same page and really, you know, excel together, right? You know, it's one part or the other. It's the rushing or it's the receiving, you know. Tomorrow, you know, the fact that they're at home, you know, I always try to give, you know, the home team somewhat of an advantage. But no, I think I may have to go with the Chargers on this one, man.
Yeah.
Chargers swept the Raiders last season.
Yeah, and it's the Harbaugh effect. I know people hate him, but you gotta love him because he's gonna change the Chargers. I thought that it's gonna be, and it's still early. You know, probably next year, and it still could be next year. But dude's different. He knows how to coach. He knows how to get the best out of these players. He's gonna, change Herbert's career path because that was going straight into the trash. He's gonna get that back together. The Raiders, Bauer's my guy. He's my guy, and I think Geno's gonna have to feature him, give him the ball. You know, Gentry, like don't put everything on the rookie running back. Don't do that. It's not gonna pan out well. I think he's gonna be okay, but he can only do so much if he ain't got no offensive line. So, Geno, do what you do. Make this a good game. Make it where you have a shot to win it with a field goal or something like that. And then everybody can be like, hey, you know, the Raiders really, you know, both of these teams is 1-0. So we'll see what can happen. So we will definitely turn to that and check it out big time. And like I said, for everybody, don't forget tomorrow, No Cap High School Football show will be on. So we will recap week 4 tomorrow at 9 p.m. The polls will be out tomorrow. We have the offensive players, defensive players, team of the week, adding MVP with new sponsors for that, big time. So look forward for that. Also, you know, we just keep grinding and do what we do. Mr. Stats, what you leaving the people with?
See you guys next week, man. God bless you. Good night.
Hey, nothing's wrong with that Russell. You always hit that Russell. You know what I'm saying? And that's good. Yeah. Hey, thank you guys for the support. Big time. We'll be back. Like I said, we got a lot of shows going on this week. Bird's Eye View would not be on. You know, we already previewed that, so it'll be on the following week. We'll do what we got to do on that one. But everything else is a go. The Will Show have Jamarion Berry from Trinity. That would be a Wednesday show. Don's Fantasy Show would be on Wednesday. And also Wednesday, also No Cap. So it's a busy Wednesday, but Monday we'll start it off big time. Actually, submission session was earlier today. So go check that out. It is what it is. We out of here. God bless. Peace out, guys. Be safe.
It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.